Welcome back to Dimension 20 Live. I'm your humble Dungeon Master, Brennan Lee Mulligan. With me, as always, are our intrepid heroes. Say hi, intrepid heroes.
Hi, intrepid heroes.
Oh, shucks, gang. Dare I even say it? Last we left off.
Don't say it. Don't say
I
it.
think we need a recap this week.
Yeah, don't you have dollar deal and stuff to talk about?
Oh, let's talk about the dollar deal. That's a great point.
Anything else?
Guys, first of all, thank you for coming in. We're College Humor and Dropouts actual play D&D show where we get together with a bunch of funny folks from College Humor. We play some Dungeons & Dragons. This is the continuing adventures of the Bad Kids, a group of high school teen adventurers from an adventuring academy in the world of Spire. Now, a couple things about that. Number one, if you like actual play stuff, you should check out Dimension 20, all on dropout.tv. We're running for one more week an exclusive deal where you can get your entire first month of Dropout for a single $1.
What?
The dollar deal.
That's so cheap.
That's so cheap. We have dozens of hours of content that you could binge for a single buckaroo.
Less than a Snickers bar.
Less than a Snickers bar. And then you could abscond into the wilderness of the internet, having paid your single $1, gotten your views, and say ta-ta. So check out the dollar deal over on Dropout. Also, we are unofficially, meaning that only you guys watching the live show right now get to know about this. Very unofficial, very chic, very cool, very hip. Extending our Cyber Monday merch deal, 30% off everything in the Dropout store with the code SAVEBIG. Ooh, save big.
You're saying it like it is a character,
Yeah, you have
but
to do it.
Save
You have
big.
to type it lower.
Yeah, and then
That's the trick.
save big.
SAAAV.
One of Brennan's iconic characters, Save Big.
Save big. 100%. So you can get a bunch of awesome merch. You can get a bunch of awesome merch. You can get a bunch of awesome merch that way, which is very, very exciting. We got a bunch of cool Unsleeping City stuff. There's Fantasy High stuff. You got to go check it out. We got all kinds of cool new stuff for other Dropout shows as well. And finally, if you're watching this Twitch live thing and you're like, I don't know about this Dropout stuff. My friend made me watch this. They said I had to or we couldn't be friends anymore. First of all, talk to your friend about communicating more gently. And second of all, you can go see the entire first season of this show, Fantasy High, for free over on the Dimension 20 YouTube channel. We got a YouTube channel. You can go and subscribe to that, and you can see a bunch of Adventuring Academy podcasts about running games, and you can watch season 1 of Fantasy High, where we meet the Bad Kids originally. Enough about that. Let's get back to the recap. Last we left off. Oh boy.
What happened?
Oh dear.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Well,
I think we had a great episode.
last we left off.
I definitely haven't used my potent rolls.
You see, gang, the Bad Kids are a group of adventurers from the Eggford Adventuring Academy. You can see right here, the preeminent high school for heroes in all of Spire, and their spring break is being spent doing their sophomore year project for 60% of their grade, which is retrieving the crown of the Nightmare King. That quest has brought them to the pirate city of Leviathan, where they've met certain allies, such as Guardy O'Brien, the half-orc Azamar, and Tender of the Gold Gardens. And they also have met some enemies, including Captain James Whitlaw of the Crimson Claw, the Illithid pirate, and old rival of Fabian's father, Bill Seacaster. While our intrepid heroes, most of our intrepid heroes were busy uncovering a little mystery of potential infidelity on behalf of one of their hirelings and Fig's mom, Sandra Lynn, Fabian had gone up on his own and was having a feast with the followers of his dad, warlocks of the multi-level marketing cult of Bill Seacaster, a bunch of broke warlocks that are now almost all dead.
You okay, Devin?
Through deeply in character choices, we ended up seeing Fabian Arameus Seacaster bloody and suspended from ropes at the bottom of Crow's Keep. After having been cursed by Chungle Down Bim and abandoning young Alistair Ash to the clutches of, Captain Wicklaw. We also later saw some horrifying dreams with the souls of those warlocks going to hell. And we had some fun with Fig impersonating Jamina Joy as her and Gorgug rocketed at close to 200 miles an hour.
Another deeply
In character, Sean.
I thought that was solid. I stand by that decision.
Incredible. It
Had
was
I
the
rolled
best.
correctly, I think. Yeah.
Absolutely. And finally, we ended with some really troubling news. Fabian ended up in the ocean after failing some wisdom saving throws because the sleep had been interrupted. The Moonhaven did not last long enough to cover everybody. Murph, as Riz, had a terrifying encounter with Kalina, the Shadow Cat, who eventually pulled some information from Riz concerning the fact that Rog Barkrock had spilled the beans about being able to see her. She threatened to kill Lydia Barkrock, Rog's mother, back in Spire, and our intrepid heroes headed out the next morning, having recovered Fabian from the sea, to head to Crow's Keep with a note from Guardy O'Brien to find their friend, a woman named Ida Eggfort, in the library of the Compass Points in Crow's Keep. You guys have suffered some pretty harrowing defeats. It is a new day as Baxter, the Hangman, and the party trundle off towards Crow's Keep. With that being said, are there any questions about anything that we did not cover from last
Is the
session?
Hangman dead? It's got
Yeah,
like
the
a...
Hangman.
The Hangman is on top of the
Sword
van,
of the Seacasters.
Sword of the Seacasters, through the engine block with oil spilling out.
So
Do we
is it
have?
dead?
Did we find Fabian?
I'm in the car with pneumonia.
With pneumonia, that's correct.
Listen, guys. Or have we started?
So, a new day dawns over the wide city of Leviathan. Mist and fog rise up from the city's edge as the smell of rotting wood, pirates' grog, and the brine of the sea air wash over you. You hear the cawing of gulls and the creaking of the many decks as you wend your way in the early morning light to one of the many pulleys and rigs that will take your large cargo, the van and everything else, up to the raised platform village of Crow's Keep, high above the rest of Leviathan. Looking up at the Crow's Keep in the morning air, you guys spy something like dark smoke curling from a corner of the Crow's Keep as you make your way there. Does anyone else have any questions? Or what do you guys do as you approach?
I guess, can we do...
Yeah.
Do you guys... I guess, first off, let's do a perception check, see if we can see
Yeah.
what the
Yeah.
smoke is, and if not, I can sneak of good stealth. Nat 20 on a perception check.
Woo!
Is a small plume of smoke as a single building burns in the Crow's Keep. With a nat 20, you know it is not the Compass Point Library. So your destination is safe.
But a building was burned down.
I'll go check it out.
It looks like a building was burned down.
Nobody needs to check it out.
All right, all right.
Fabian, I can't see you down there.
Yeah.
Nobody needs to go check out the building. I was there. I'm the reason there's a fire there.
Are you gonna put your eye patch back on?
No.
Okay.
Well,
Do you want to hold Boggy?
Yeah, I feel like we need to clear the air on this, okay?
I
Fabian,
give Fabian Boggy.
you made a bad choice, and then something bad happened to you that you couldn't control. Although, technically, we did have the Moonstone set up for a full night's sleep, so yeah, it was actually way your fault that none of us
Here's my
could...
question.
Sorry.
Why aren't you having nightmares?
You don't go to
Me?
sleep, right?
No, Riz has nightmares, right? Riz goes to sleep,
Yeah, I've been attacked several times in the night.
but you haven't had nightmares.
In a way, my life is a nightmare. But I haven't had actual
Relatable.
nightmares,
have you
that's
had
true.
any dreams? Do you
No, I
remember?
got grabbed by a mirror monster one night, and then the other night,
You weren't trying to sleep.
You were
then.
asleep and then Kalina.
Was he asleep when Kalina grabbed?
and I just woke up and I was paralyzed.
I wonder if there's some reason that she protects you.
I don't know. She seemed pretty obviously concerned that Rog had seen her and she knows that I know she exists. Seems like she doesn't want anybody to know that.
And then Guardy didn't see her and then saw her, and same with Tracker.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible that she's masquerading as someone else or something?
Or maybe if she
Because
finds
why would
out.
Guardy have?
But you've always been able to see her.
I've always been able to see her, but she was my dad's partner at one point, so I had seen her before.
Interesting.
It seems like you have to have seen her before.
But Tracker, who have you seen that we
yeah.
haven't? Have you been off on your own? I don't think so, right?
No.
No, I haven't been off on my own at all.
Weird.
And you haven't had any dreams with the Shadow Cat, right?
No, I haven't had any. Like, even when we first started, like, I didn't have any really weird dreams other than normal. Like, I have intense dreams, but that's because of my condition more than anything else.
Right.
Yeah, totally. Huh.
Weird.
Okay.
All right, well, we better get the word out to Rog's
Definitely.
mom. Make
But-
sure
Yes.
she's
Yeah,
okay.
let's-
Now
That's
let's
what
go
we're
to the
going
library
through
so we
right
can
now,
get this
yeah.
spell.
Yeah.
Lovely. You guys ascend up to the Crow's Keep. You begin to approach the Compass Points library. Huge emblems of like a massive bronze sextant govern the entrance to the library. And you see giant sort of golden towers, and they all are sort of made of wood. You also see that there is a collection here of just figureheads from various ships that cover this place almost like a cathedral, but the like spars and splinters of the ships that they were taken from still extend past from the figureheads. So it's this strange, almost like a library of Alexandria, a place of like cultural significance and wonders, but splintered and fractured because all of it had to be fought for and protected from the drunken depredations of pirates that might not have as active an interest in the preservation of their own pirate culture.
But also, are these books in here like all stolen?
Extremely so.
All right, this is my kind of library. I sign up for a card.
You go to the front desk as you guys approach this place, and you see that there is an ancient, long, gray-bearded, hunched-over pirate who has like a thick sash, spellbook in front of him, long rings on his spindly fingers, little sort of tri-corner hat.
Ahoy!
Ahoy, welcome to the library of the Compass Point.
I feel like there aren't a lot of spellcasters on it. Can I do an insight check to see if he's also, like, Fabian's dad is giving him spells?
Sure.
Ooh, god damn it. 11.
You would clock this guy actually at first as a wizard. You see that he has a sort of holster at his side, which is chained and buckled, and it looks too chained up to be able to like access it easily. And it is a massive tome that has a giant Jolly Roger on it, and written in scratched red ink on the surface of the leather-bound book, it says, "Here be pirate spells." So you're guessing he's probably a wizard.
Can I rent that book?
Well, this book is not a part of the library's general stock. This is my personal.
Can I rent that book?
My book of pirate spells.
May I?
Why?
Is it making you sad that we're
You
asking?
are a whisper of a man.
In our culture, that's a
Faint
compliment.
idea.
Many of the spells have taken a hefty toll on my constitution. There are spells within here. There are spells that only the most powerful pirate wizards can conjure. There's a spell to turn bananas into gold coins.
I'm not interested in that.
There are spells
Pretty cool.
to
Like
turn.
bananas are pretty important on the sea, right?
Yeah, it's a good source of.
Does it go the other
vitamin C
way?
and potassium.
Well,
Could you turn gold coins into bananas?
that knowledge has been lost. But there are spells to turn parrots into bananas.
Okay, so
Okay.
if you had a bunch of parrots and you wanted gold coins,
Yeah.
you could turn them to
spells
bananas.
gold
and
prize.
then-
But the transmutative properties do make it rather taxing. So if let's say that I wanted to have a single gold coin, and I had to start with parrots, I would probably need about 50 parrots.
So 50 parrots turn into
50
25.
parrots is one,
Turn into 10 bananas.
10 bananas.
and 10 bananas turn into 1 gold.
You're correct.
Wow.
How many
I just
parrots
feel like an
have you
honest
eaten?
day's work will get
What?
you more gold.
Yeah.
Wait, how many
Are we
parrots
looking
have
for
I eaten?
Ida
Yeah.
April?
Yeah.
Well, one time I turned a community of parrots into a bunch of bananas. And there were about 8 bananas in the bunch, so you can assume 8 times 5 is 40. So I've eaten about 40 parrots.
And what about the gold you
Sorry,
used
42 parrots. There were another 2 occasions where I just ate a parrot the normal way.
What's the
What's the
normal way?
You cook a parrot.
Just popping a parrot, yeah.
So we are looking for Ida Egg for.
Ah, the mistress of the library.
Yes.
She who is the quartermaster of the knowledge of Leviathan. Pirates are not a scholarly bunch,
Except for you.
except for we, the few who maintain the compass points, the charts of the stars, and the maps of the sea and its currents. We who know the comings and goings of Leviathan. Would you like to sign up for a library card?
I actually
please.
would, yeah.
I would too, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking
Wonderful.
for books on religion, anything but Helio at this point. I feel like I've got that covered.
Well, very well. We would be happy to instruct you into some religious texts or manuals. Right after this way, I'll sell you up. It costs nothing to join, but we receive more funding from the city government the more people sign up for a library card.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Okay,
Okay.
I've got a couple.
I've got
a couple
burner phones. I can make up some personalities.
We actually receive double funding for invented personalities.
Really?
I'm your hero. I'm your pirate. I like that.
Yes, absolutely.
You don't happen to have any books on a guy called the Nightmare King, do you?
The Nightmare King, I am sure if it is forbidden knowledge you seek, then it shall await you in the rows here of the compass points, unless it has been stolen, which happens a lot. We have a lot of stolen books.
May we steal books?
Please don't.
Can I steal his book?
Give me a sleight of hand check.
It's changed to.
I would like to do
14.
14.
I would like to stop you. I feel so bad
I
for
was
him.
gonna
Can I
steal
try
it
to
and
beat
then
that?
give it back.
I'm going to say that makes you roll with disadvantage.
Okay.
Give me a roll, see if you roll lower than 14.
I got a nat 1.
Okay. I'm going to need you to make a constitution check.
No, I'm so sorry. I just feel bad for him.
Power
Or constitution saving throw.
I got 16.
16. You see that the dude blasts you with a spell, and there is a tiny horned parrot fluttering where Fig just was a moment
What?
before.
Come on.
Oh, don't
man.
eat her! Don't eat her!
Dude, it was a joke!
This
Turn
is-
me into a banana!
I could only turn you into 1/5 of a banana.
I dispel magic.
Fig, you pop back.
It was a joke, dude. Get a sense of humor.
Do not attempt to take from me my tome of pirate spells.
So, great. Wait, is Ida Eggford here?
Yes, she is now in the observatory, mapping the movements of the stars. Or I guess it's day, so she might be napping.
Let's go.
Mapping and napping. Got it.
Can we go up there?
Yes, the observatory is open to all. It is not forbidden. Please do not go into the forbidden areas, though, if you find them. They will be clearly marked. They are often intruded upon. Please
Yes,
don't.
we won't.
Do not wink at me. I am being sincere in my objection.
Can we go in if we have a library card?
I need to look that up. I think maybe, but I don't know.
Okay, we'll leave you alone.
The rules seem vague enough that we might.
The rules are quite specific.
As you guys wend your way away from the front desk. You guys all, by the way, get your library card, so all of you can, in your inventory, put Compass Points library card. Membership to another prestigious organization. You guys all sort of en masse head up to the observatory. As you arrive at the observatory, you guys see a massive wooden dome that has a huge gilded spyglass, but it is the size of like an observatory's telescope. So this, 60-foot monolith, but you see that it is still like a spyglass in that it has like golden filigree work. There's like fleur-de-lis on it, shapes and busts on the side of the telescope. You see, you look around. There's a couple people like napping in here and sleeping. It looks like there's a couple people like playing chess in a corner. A lot of the places in the library seem to be more social areas. Some people appear to. It doesn't feel like a library. Again, library and Pirate City aren't two vibes that go very well together. So there is some clashing.
So you're saying it's like an LA library?
It's a lot like a Los Angeles library. Yes. So you guys, most of your way through. There is a large bit of like arcane rune work going around the outside of the observatory. There's an enormous sort of tropical looking red, orange, and yellow bird that has like covered itself in its wings and is swinging from like a little perch. The bird is about like, maybe like 6 or 7 feet tall. Go ahead and make perception checks, anyone that would like to.
15.
6.
18?
Dirty 20.
2.
Nat 1 for Fabian. Fabian, you cannot see anything in this room because your eyes are turned only inward. Riz, you look up at that bird in the corner. You actually can't tell if it's a bird. You see 2 large yellow talons. The talons might be, about like 2 feet long, and the wings are wrapped around, but they're sort of creating a little like night thing for the bird. So you actually can't see its body. It's sort of like a little shield of wings and 2 talons sticking out from under it.
Excuse me.
Shall we say hello?
Yeah.
Miss
You want to go
Eggful.
talk to that bird?
It might not be a bird.
Gorgok does.
What? As you say, it might not be a bird. You hear, and the wings spread, and a resplendent, beautiful woman who, from the knees down, has large talons. She also has digitigrade ankles. She has those ankles that kind of, kick back like a lot of animal feet do. So from like the knees on down become these like almost like metallic golden talons. She bears a striking resemblance to Arthur Eggfort the moment you look at her.
Harpy?
She looks kind of harpy-esque until you realize that she does have arms in addition to wings. So she has these incredibly, and as they spread, deep red wings that as they approach the tips of the feathers sort of change into orange, and by the time they get to yellow, flicker in a little edge of flame along the outside of the wings. She's dressed in sort of like white linen pants with like a pirate's sash on them. No guns or anything you can see. Sort of vest. A lot of sort of orange runes tattooed on her arms. You see that she has a short shock of sort of red hair. It seems to be like not on the sides or back as much, but almost like a plume of red, fiery hair that comes out the top of her head. And her eyes have pupils in them, but are otherwise clearly roiling balls of flame.
Guys, I think this is the creature Arthur Eggfort made for me.
No. This is a full person.
You see that there's a
full person.
Kind of wishful thinking.
This woman lands in front of you. You see that she does have 2 scrolls at the side on her bandolier, and similarly to the guy downstairs, but sort of like she has almost like those leather harnesses you would have for guns, but it's 2 small books strapped under each arm.
Fig, you should feed it.
I hold out food.
What do you, excuse...
Do you offer this food to
I
me?
turn her back into a pack.
He says, do you offer this food to me as a gift?
Yes.
Then I do not accept. I will be in no one's debt as a wizard.
Oh,
What?
okay, I eat the food.
That's.
Are you now in your own debt?
Are you eating birdseed?
I owe myself.
Oh, you've trapped
Are we
yourself
not
a
all
class.
in our own debt?
Ah, are we all in our own debt? She takes one of the books out and begins to scribble something in it. Anyone here can make an insight check if you would like.
I need to know if this is Fig's animal.
I got a net one. I guess can I have Boggy help me?
Yes, go for it.
Great.
5.
18.
18.
13.
12.
You immediately recognize this is you know what it's like to have famous and notorious parents and kind of be a little what that does to you growing up. This is Arthur Eggfort's daughter.
Oh, he really did fuck anything.
Everybody's being
Don't
very
talk
rude.
about my creature that way.
Saying things
I'm sorry,
out
did you just
loud.
refer to me as your creature?
I'm sorry, it's just wishful thinking. See, Arthur Eggfort promised me he'd make me the coolest creature.
Arthur Eggfort!
Yeah.
His name is my father's name.
Yes, we're students of the Eggfort Adventuring Academy.
What are you doing here?
I'm Adine Abenant.
Ah. You see that she grabs your hand to shake it, turns it around, looks at you and says, the Elven Oracle in the flesh.
Yes, hi.
I thought you died.
No, it gets passed on.
Ah, much like a phoenix. Curious.
Well, actually, it's quite different
are
from
you-
a phoenix.
Part Phoenix?
Half phoenix, to be exact.
That's so cool.
Wait, so did Arthur Eggfort sacrifice his wife when we died?
No, that was like an egg.
Egg.
Oh.
No, it's.
Wait, was that his kid though?
Is one of your parents a full phoenix?
Yes, when it comes around, my mother is a full phoenix. She is an adult most of the time and then becomes a kid every so often. It's complicated if you're weirded out by it.
If you
That's
guys had
fine.
read
Join
his
the
very
club.
spicy autobiography, you would have already known all this.
We died but were brought back to life by a phoenix egg.
Ah, the last phoenix egg.
Yeah.
Yes,
Was that a relative of yours?
most likely. Phoenixes are all related as celestial creatures. This is the Compass Points Library.
Nice
Who
to
are
meet you.
all of you?
I'm just here to learn a spell.
Riz Gutgag, yes, we're here for a spell.
I'm Figureoth Faith, and we're taking down the Nightmare King.
Did Arthur Eggfort promise you a creature of some kind?
Yes, I paid him handsomely to make me a really cool creature I could ride around on.
Also,
then
we're
we
not
got this
taking
really
down
cool
the Nightmare
van,
King.
so
We're
we
just getting his
haven't
crown
really
back. I
needed
just
it.
want to make that clear.
I apologize to you, Figueroth Faith, though you have insulted me almost immediately upon meeting me. You find yourself in the unfortunate but all too common position of having been lied to by Arthur Eggfort.
You think he scammed me? My principal scammed me?
You are adventurers of the Eggfort Adventuring Academy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm
Also,
Kristen Applebee's, no relation to Applebee's.
That's nothing. What you're about to say would be crazy to say because there's no relation to anything, because why would there be?
I was saying Applebee's like when you go to an Apple
the-
store
the-
and you get bit by a bee.
I have a spell for that if you'd like.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, you're saying that us as students going to stop the Nightmare King for 60% of our grade and being put in life-threatening situations nearly constantly is a scam?
is he a scam artist? Is school a scam?
I like school a lot.
I bet you would.
Battle!
Dance battle!
We're here to learn the sending spell, and by we, I mean I. I don't know why my friends are here because they are embarrassing me.
I understand. Listen. There is an obstacle before us if your quest here is to learn a spell. And that obstacle is this. I don't want to help you.
Oh. So by us, you mean us,
What?
and not you.
Well, we're not.
There
I
isn't an
require
obstacle
seed.
before
She
you.
flies out the window.
Wait.
Is there anything we
can't
can do
look,
for
wait,
you?
I can't-
Guardy O'Brien
I
sent
don't
us.
have it.
What?
Guardy O'Brien
You
sent
see,
us.
she flies around and says, "That name
Do you have your letter?
Is it a good one?
is the name of my close friend."
They gave us
You're tough to
Okay.
They
read.
gave us a slip that said.
Oh
that-
yes, I have a piece of paper.
Yes, we're not here just because.
Why? Are you bragging? I have many slips of paper.
It's a
it's a
specific
specific-
piece of paper with a letter from Garty on it.
Do you give this as a gift or as a message?
I give it as a message. I would never give you a gift. You've made it clear that you do not want one.
I wish for no gifts.
But if you would like to buy this message off of me, you are more than welcome to.
Much as a candle can light a second candle without diminishing its own light, I give you back your message unchanged, for I have your message now, as do you.
This is so painful because this is what I'm like emotionally, right?
No.
What am I like emotionally? Explain.
Oh, no, I'm saying the way that you are so transactional, never allowing for any moment of tenderness, that's me in my life.
I think people think you're very tender.
The person that I know.
Have I given you any reason to believe that I am not tender?
It's just there's there's an intensity in your.
Why?
There's a lack of vulnerability. You know, the fact,
Where?
The fact that
I
you
think you're
fear
cool.
a debt when sometimes our debts to each other are what bond us to each other in the most beautiful way possible.
Society is
Oh my
built on
God.
that.
I hit,
We don't need to save
I
everyone,
hit you and I'm like,
guys.
get some seed out of the jacket.
What?
Do not feed this person.
Listen,
So you're friends with Guardy, huh?
yeah.
Yeah, we love them.
I can teach you a spell. If you teach me a spell, then the transaction is clear.
I will teach you a spell for the going rate of 50 gold pieces per spell level.
What level of
Or
sending?
it's a 3rd level spell, so that's 150 gold.
I'll throw in 50. We all gotta send some messages back to the mainland.
Ah, I see. You have discovered information here on Leviathan that you dearly wish to communicate to your friends and allies on the mainland. Fascinating.
Someone's mother is in danger.
Whose?
My girlfriend's really mad at me.
Whose? Yours?
Yeah.
Why?
Well,
What have you done?
oh God. This feels kind of complicated to explain right now.
Our friend's mum might die. This is more important. Sorry. It's
Your
more
friend's
important.
mother might die. Does she then possess some chance at immortality?
She's being hunted.
She will have we will all die eventually, I think.
Okay,
I
so,
would
but
love to
she's
give
gonna
you
die
150 gold for this spell.
Can I give you 400 gold to get
No.
to get oh actually 200 gold to get greater invisibility?
That's not how bards work.
If you would like a copy of the wizard spell, Greater Invisibility, I would be happy to take 200
Well, it is
gold.
also a bard spell.
For sure.
So you know Guardy, and so do we, and it kind of seemed like since they sent us, maybe this could be a little bit easier. Are we bothering you? Does Guardy send a lot of people this way?
I will answer your question truly. I find you tremendously bothersome. However,
Thank you.
there is also much that you bring in the way of information, and I find myself transfixed by your strangeness.
Yes, very mutual.
Her eyes do that like eagle thing, and they're made of fire, so she is extremely hard to read. She looks at you and says, "Yes. You are looking for answers in a book, for a question you have long posed. Questions are good, are they not? To seek something. But what if there is nothing at the end of your journey, nothing to find, and the long years of questioning lead you thirsty and mad, filled with hunger?"
I would be bummed, but maybe asking questions is the answer.
Probably not.
What I think we have maybe some larger questions, but then also some smaller questions that have very specific answers.
Very well, I shall answer them if I can.
Can we have that spell?
Yes.
Can you see this cat?
There is no cat in this photograph.
Yes, but who do you see in that?
I see a goblin man.
Do you listen to music?
Yes.
Wait, hold on. Let's keep on the
What
same
school
line of
of
questions.
magic do you study?
What's that?
What school of magic do you study?
Divination.
Me too.
Fascinating.
Fascinating.
Can we?
Are you aware of any kind of creature that would only be visible to someone who had seen it before? Or
How would
only
that
be-
work?
So
Well, we see a cat in this picture.
but some
You
of
can
us,
only
I
see,
don't.
some of us can't see it.
if you can only see it if you've seen it before, then only the people who can already see it would ever be able to see it, and nobody new would ever be able to see it.
Yeah, that's what we think is
Yeah.
happening.
Well, no,
But
there's
But
a that,
see
nobody
them in
knows.
real life, and then you can
the
see
rules
them in
of
the
the
picture.
game have
Maybe.
changed, perhaps.
Or not. The logic doesn't hold up, but it is fascinating.
I find that the most curious instances of magic are those where the logic specifically doesn't hold up. Study of magic is, of course, a study of the edge cases and the marginal, where the rules of physics and reality bend to the will of individuals. Very curious indeed. Did my father talk about me?
All the time, constantly.
Give me a deception check.
Can I give her the help action?
Yeah, if you want.
21.
21. She looks at you and says, deeply unlike him, but I find myself very moved.
Yeah.
You know, your father was often pissed off by the things I said unintentionally.
Yes. Why? Are you
I would say
bad?
things. I don't think I'm bad. I think I would accidentally make him mad by saying things that maybe threatened him in some way, not physically.
I understand. You seem simple to me.
Oh, thank God. Yeah.
You see, she says, it's an enviable position. There is no way to pursue the craft that my father and I both pursue, and your friend Adine as well.
I could probably do it.
Oh?
What is
I spit my tea.
what is a what's a telescope but a spyglass pointed at the stars?
Whoa, that's so good. That's gonna be one of our songs.
What's your
What?
favorite spell?
Hush, I must solve this riddle. And you see that she flies up to a perch. What is a telescope but a spyglass pointed at the stars? Anyone can make an insight check that wants to.
19.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. You're looking at her, and she is just extremely her father's daughter. She is just...
Anytime with that spell.
Gorgug. Your
Yeah.
name is Gorgug.
Yeah, that is my name.
I believe you to be the greatest wizard of this age.
I look at Adine.
Let me,
I don't look at anyone. It's too awful.
Should I learn the sending spell? To be frank, gotta be clear. Clean slate, no spells.
Yes, a clean slate. The mind clutters as the years of study wear on and on. Sometimes I think that the greatest wizards are themselves burdened by the taxing mental weight of all their past knowledge. A clean slate. You may be capable of the greatest spell work in generations.
Give him the sending spell.
So, do you just read it until you know it, or or do you?
Very good. You're hired.
Hired?
Good for you, man.
150 gold pieces, and I will honor this favor of my friend Garty O'Brien and give you the spell.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
Cool. You guys erase that gold.
Who paid for it? Do we need more?
I'll pay for it for now.
I can also
I've
throw
got
in.
it.
We'll pay you back later.
Great.
You see that you get the sending spell. It's given to you, the manuscript. This is a, you can make a little mark in your spell book as you put sending, which is a 3rd level spell in there. This is actually a modified version from a pirate spell book.
Okay.
Sending normally has a 25-word limit in the message that goes out and the message that comes back. Ancient pirate mages of long ago found a way to slightly modify the spell. So curse words and swears don't count against the word limit of this version of the sending spell. So if you get creative, you can actually, transmit really long messages with this as long as they are. Are we not supposed to curse? Well, there you go.
What about pirate curses?
Yeah, pirate curses,
Shiver
exactly.
me timbers, etc.
Etc.
Timbers is a
Yes,
curse,
yes,
right?
yes, of course.
So that would be
Weird
2
timber.
words.
Yeah, we're absolutely timbered.
Oh,
A lot of math conversions in
thick
this
timbers.
session.
You guys see, so Adam, it's going to take you 6 hours to sit down and
Great.
fully transcribe this spell.
Thank you so much, everybody.
While that's happening, does
should I-
anyone want to look for a forbidden section?
Yep.
Cool.
Can I, are there any sort of intro to wizard books I could just,
She comes over to you, looks at you again.
keep in mind, I just want to be completely clear, 8 intelligence.
She comes over to you and holds your head in both hands. I'm looking at a perfectly serene lake of still, clear water. Unburdened.
Oh.
It's a metaphor. Hold
Okay.
on. You are completely unburdened by the weight and sorrow of intellect. Your mind as empty and free of trappings or weight as anything I've ever seen. It is like staring at a clear and cloudless sky. Completely beautiful. I forbid you to ever read a single word of wizardry.
Got it. I won't. Give me a book and I'll cut it in half.
You are beautiful to me.
Thank you.
Wow, Gorgok's got a new girlfriend.
I don't. Come on.
Gorgok's gonna get HPV.
You're dating the headmaster's daughter?
Immediately assume she has HPV.
No, I just mean it's your
You guys have been
parents were-
crazy rude since you got here.
Look, I didn't mean to say that within earshot. Want to go look for books on the Nightmare King?
Yeah, I do.
You wish to study the Nightmare King.
Yes. I also have a question, and it's a sincere question. You're studying the sky. Do you think that there's anything, and you're a divination wizard, do you believe that the sky has any insight into the future or even the present, or do you study it as a matter of curiosity of the stars?
I study it so I can know where this big city is floating.
Okay, that's a very practical
reasonable-
reason.
Sort of navigation.
That's honestly why I asked.
Cool. So I don't have any interest in the stars.
Can you also look for books on the Elven Oracle? Feels like this might be a place where there would be more information.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, do you know much about the Nightmare King? We're trying to get the crown.
I actually have another thing.
Yes.
Do you have any books on cursed gems?
Books on cursed gems.
I'm
You
willing
might
to
be
read
surprised
them.
to know that the interest of pirates in various cursed gems is quite high.
That's what I thought.
Yes, absolutely. Each of you guys can go ahead and make an Arcana check with advantage as you are in this library.
Can I investigate?
Sure.
19!
19, hell yeah.
And that's with +2 Arcana,
13.
so.
Ooh, I got a 27.
Cool. You got a 27 for investigation.
13.
We'll start with Kristen. What's Kristen looking for here?
Anything about the Nightmare King? I think I'm looking for a project.
I think I'm also looking for Nightmare King as well.
Can I look for something too?
Yeah, for sure. What'd you get?
I got 2.
2? Okay.
I'm looking for a book on. So your friend's sad.
So your friend is that? Yeah.
Can I go check on is the hangman outside the library?
Yes, the van is still
Can I
out
go
there.
check on him?
Can
Yes,
I grab him as he's about to leave and be like, no.
I'm just going outside.
No,
I'm
just
going
it's buddy
outside.
system from here on out.
I'm
Okay, we almost
right
lost
outside
you.
with the van.
You see Rog looks at you, Kristen, and says, I got him. I'm good.
Okay.
Rog goes out with you to check up on the hangman. Cool. You go outside to check up on the hangman. What do you do to sort of check on it?
Can I give, I don't know what a mechanics check is, but can I see how badly I've damaged it?
This isn't going to be an untrained intelligence check.
Great. I love that. It's a nat 1.
What? Get you
Lord,
dice. My lord.
Brendan's gonna have to do backflips to keep this thing alive.
The hangman is fully gone. But on that one, it's full. It's destroyed. The sword went directly through it. The motorcycle is broken. Rog, as you go to investigate, you fumble through, and just a big chunk of the engine block falls out. And Rog goes, "Oh, man, that's probably you can probably fix that."
I probably can, Rock. I can probably fix that. I know I can.
Do you want to get under some blankets, man? You're sweating so much.
I think I have pneumonia. I'm not used to being sick. I'm so rich. I don't normally get normal sickness.
Yeah, like poor people sick.
Yeah, I get like rich people sick, like I eat too much caviar, or like I smoke a cigar for too long. I don't get like poor normal sick.
I wouldn't know anything about it. See, goes, hey man, hey, dude, there you go, dude. Just get it out. Just fuck, root and rally, dude. You're good, man. Just okay. Well,
Hey, Rock.
yeah,
I don't feel good. I just don't feel good.
I hear you, man. I think I am, I have one emotion that I use to process stuff, and that's rage. And I don't know how to be angry if my mom is dead a full continent away. You're going through some stuff with your dad. We've full stop. Dude, we are some dudes who, for real, have not processed. And honestly, when I think about what I would have to do, I get pissed, because it's like I just made it here to where I'm like comfortable in my own skin, you know what I mean? And then something bad happens on top of that, and it's like, hey, is this bad enough that I'm gonna lose like all the progress I made? You know what I mean? And I'm like, I have got to kill something, Yeah. So, growl.
Growl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to sit in the back of the van?
Just sit, yeah.
You see, he covers you with some blankets in the back of the van. Cathilda comes in a moment later as the two of you are sitting in the back of the van. Rog is just dead-eyed, 1,000-yard stare. Cathilda comes in with food for you both, with some piping hot soup. She sits next to you and she says, "Well, Master Fabian, have you taken a look at your motorcycle? Is it, it's not looking too good, is it?"
It's looking really bad, Cathilda. It's like, I did a great job in doing a bad thing. I really stabbed it well in a moment where I wish I hadn't done a good job.
Oh, Master Fabian, I'm so sorry. It's been a hard day. Well, here's the truth. Hard days come and they go, and as impossible as it might seem right now, you'll take one step and then the other, and it'll be hard as can be, and step by step you'll move further and further away from this bad day. All right?
But what, Cathilda? What, just a bunch of, I don't know, maybe I'll just be eating banana yogurt in a mansion filled with mementos to a life that wasn't mine.
She looks at you and says, "There's no pirate who can see the horizon in a squall. That doesn't mean it's not there." And she starts to rub little circles on your shoulder. And she starts to sing a little song in Halfling that you recognize. There's a little song in Halfling that you remember. She used to sing it to you. She hasn't sung it to you in years, but she used to sing it to you all the time when you were very little, and your dad would be gone for long periods of time, and your mom was sort of on a long bender. And there'd be times when you were back at Castle Bonnois on the open seas, and it's just a light little halfling tune, and you have tons of memories of skinning your knee or falling on a ship deck or something like that, and her finding you and making you well. And you remember the hundreds of times that Cathilda has done this for you, although it maybe hasn't happened in years at this point. You watch as she trails off, and after a certain point, you can feel a little bit your shoulders start to relax. Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
Nat 1.
I'm taking them.
can't
I'm
believe
taking
this.
them, and I'm gonna throw them in the garbage. What?
What's happening?
You have marked that you have a level of exhaustion, and you are also. We're actually going to put you at 2 levels of exhaustion. Cool.
That's good, Lord.
2
So
different
your
dice.
speed is
Stop
halved?
here.
Speed is halved. Skill checks at disadvantage.
Keep your dice.
Cool. Back inside our investigating crew, I'm going to say that Riz and Kristen.
Fabian's getting some air. He probably needed it. It's probably doing him some good.
Probably doing great.
Yeah.
Riz and Kristen, you guys are both looking for Nightmare King stuff, so I'm saying that you guys look together. You end up going into a religious studies section of the library, where Riz, you're kind of investigating for the Nightmare King. There's a fair amount. Their library here is kind of sparse when it comes to this like high occult stuff. It's a much more practical library for the most part. But you do find some stuff about the hidden gems and jewels of Silver. There's a lot of maps here, and you find in these old treasure maps of Silver that there are religious texts to a temple of a forgotten god. You rolled a 27 on your investigation check, right? It looks like there is a temple somewhere in this place that like might have had some treasure that pirates long ago would have gone and sought out or tried to find prior to like the reign of Calvaxis. Looking at the information available to you in this book, as you get into the section of maps that talk about Silver, you look at this religious text, Kristen, that Riz has sort of found. Go ahead and make a religion check for me.
What a ride. Okay.
Rolled for a while.
It's 9.
Cool. There's a lot of mystery here. The main thing you come away with is that the god is never named in any of the texts. And you know enough about religion to know that that is really damn weird.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of specifics. There's like imagery of like wood elves and centaurs and unicorns. There's like specific names for some of the relics that were in this dungeon. There's a lot of stuff, you know, about what pirates. Some of them are like crossed out. There's notes in the margin from certain pirates being like, yeah, we went here and successfully stole this stuff. But there's just never a mention of the name of the actual god in question.
This is on an island?
This is in Silver. This is in the Forest of the Nightmare
Yeah,
King.
this is in Forest of the Nightmare King, right?
Okay.
Can you guys like,
Does it look like
take a picture on your crystal of like if there's any pictures that might look like this temple?
I think we're just gonna steal it. We're just gonna take the book.
Riz, welcome to the dark side.
Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check, if you'd be so kind.
Sweet. Kristen, cover me. Mm-hmm. Can I get advantage?
You
know-
have to beat a 10 on a stealth check to give Riz advantage.
Okay.
Kristen
I
has-
say, you know, a lot of people have HPV. Hey, here we go. Okay. Oh, -3. Okay. That's a 9.
That's a 9! You do not get advantage on your stealth check.
All right.
You're a little
Kristen
rogue.
won't stop talking about HPV, and it makes it very hard for you to do anything
I'm
stealthy.
just saying.
Stealth or sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand.
Not as good. 14.
I'm going to roll this in. Actually, let's bring out our old friend, the Box of Doom, which is now successfully ready for our little live stream. Hold on one second. Cool. You buddy, the Box of Doom. You had a 14.
Yep.
The pirates here have a +6 to their perception.
Great. Good.
8 or higher does the trick. 7!
Yes.
How about it?
Wow.
Lovely. So you grab this tome, slip it into your inventory, and walk away. What else are we looking for?
I'm looking for anything about cursed gems or people being kept in objects.
Hell yeah. And you got a 16?
I got a 19.
Oh, you got a 19.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Which is, I only have +2 to Arcana, so I rolled really high.
That's great. You do find, I'm going to say it's a pirate library. You see that there is a large tome of various curses and charms called Breaking the Evil Eye. And there's an entire chapter in it that seems to be successfully stealing and breaking the curses on treasure.
Okay, I desperately want to steal this, so I'm going to use a disguise self to look like the guy from the front and then walk out with the book.
Great, give me a deception roll.
Don't you have to walk
Yeah.
past the guy?
I'm gonna walk out one of the back entrances.
Cool, very
back
cool.
exits.
Go ahead and roll that for me.
That's gonna be a 17.
Okay, plus 6. Back in the box of doom.
Here we go now.
11 or higher.
11 or higher. That's a nat 2.
Oh yes, yes.
So you walk out. Yeah,
My
you see-
sleight of hand is bad, man. This is how I had to do it.
yeah, you see that Ida Eggford, by the way, comes up. Oh, by the way, and Ida, her name when you actually hand the note over is spelled alliteratively.
A-I-D-A.
It's A-Y-D-A Eggford. You see that Ida Eggford looks at you and says, Rollins, where are you going with that book?
It's my lunch break. I deserve a break too.
Debatable. I'm not sure that you deserve a break or that any of us do. However, I don't feel like stopping you right now.
Look at how fast I can run. And then I run.
You see that she peers down and just observes you running. She says, faster than I imagined, Rollins.
Oh my god.
Wonderful. So I think the only people that are sort of left that are not stealing from the library are Adine and Gorgug.
Yet.
Yeah.
Gorgug's just gonna go up to the real Rollins and talk to him. Hey,
Can I help you? Yeah.
so I'm looking for just any sort of, is there a section, I'm allowed to read wizard books that aren't about wizarding, right? You know, right?
You're allowed to read anything.
Look,
You're allowed to read whatever you
awesome.
like.
So I'm just trying to, my buddy kind of had a big old bad day. And I'm looking for anything that's like about cheering up friends, helping them get through some hard times. And if there's any kind of book section on that, are pirates big on books on cheering up your friends?
Go ahead and give me just a flat intelligence check.
Ooh.
Well, 14 minus 1, so.
You see, he looks and says,
I can bring you to the friendship section if you would like.
Pirate friendship.
So cute.
Yes, here on Leviathan we just call it the friendship section because everything here is pirate.
Oh,
so
right.
we don't.
I don't have to add that.
You don't have to add that.
Cool.
Right this way.
you see, walks off. He says,
I haven't seen your young friends about. Are they perusing the
Yeah.
selection?
I think, I don't know.
This is the friendship section.
and you see he gestures to a small little dusty shelf with a couple of little books and
Those big Legos.
little books and parchments and stuff like that.
See, he says, here is the friendship section.
Okay. Kind of not as much as I was hoping for.
You see, he smiles. Give me an insight check.
Not one.
That one. He's mad at you.
If you didn't have a friendship section, you could have just told me.
We do.
We can talk. I mean,
do
you don't
have-
have to like mess around with me.
I'm
like
not. Are you accusing me of messing around with you?
This just feels like you're kind of trying to prank me right now.
I run.
There I go.
There I go, pranking people again.
No, literally, there I go. I'm running so fast.
This is just a weird old man prank. Clearly, what is this like? Like
you
you know,
calling an
sticking.
old man?
You're a stupid old man.
I command the 7 winds and the 9 stars. Secrets of the deep have I learned. I can summon ancient krakens of seas long gone, spirits of wind and wave to answer my call and at my beck and
I steal his
command.
book.
Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh god.
Can I have Boggy help me?
Yes, you can.
I got a not nat 20.
You yank the book out of his chains. He turns into a skeleton and collapses in a pile of bones.
I put the book back.
You put the book back, and he comes back together in a pile and starts screaming. It just gives me meat. The book in the chains just gives me meat. It doesn't put me back the right way.
Can I help you? I'm sorry.
Take the book out. Tie your nose. Bones.
Huh? Okay, let's arrange the bones in the way that would make it a human being.
I'm gonna keep doing the studying. You do that.
Oh. Why have you done this to me?
Wow.
Why have you done this to me?
Wow.
I just wanted to learn how to control the 7 winds and the 9 stars.
I'm gonna look at the shelf on friendship.
Cool.
Just next to the
What do you start looking for something? A book on friendship. Go ahead and just give me a dexterity saving throw, which will give me with advantage.
I have advantage, right?
Yeah, you have advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's only a 7 or no 5. Yeah, 5.
Ooh, only a 5. You end up going in. You push the door, the sort of shelf, and you see that it's open as a secret door. You look in golden light, vast and countless towering shelves with ladders attached to rails that wheel around the outskirts are hundreds or perhaps thousands of tomes dedicated to the subject of friendship.
We love friendship here.
On the back of the little shelf that you see there, you see that there's an inscription, and you see it says, much like this shelf, friendship may at first seem humble, but beyond a drab exterior lies a golden treasure greater than any ship's bounty. Go with love, me hearties.
Gorga cries a little bit and walks into this room.
Great. You enter the room, the little door closes behind you, and you're in a vast room devoted to friendship.
Hello? Okay, well, I'm gonna take out my Compass Point library card and see if it points to anything.
You see that the Compass Points library does start pointing. You see the little compass things shifts around a little bit. And you see that there is a small book on a shelf called Cheer Up, Me Hearties.
I'm going to pick that one up and exit the room.
You exit from the shelf, and you see that several large, muscle-bound pirates have apprehended Galir and have him face down on the ground. And they're like, "What did you do to Rollins?" And he's like, "I've done nothing to. I don't understand. I just found these bones and I started to pick them up. I thought I was helping."
That someone else did that.
What's that?
Someone else did that.
Well, how do you know? You didn't see it.
I did see it, but then I didn't know what to do about it because it seems hard to figure. Do you know how to fix him?
Are you still holding the book, by
Yeah.
the way?
Yeah.
It's like, you got Rollins' book in your hands.
Wait, this is the Cheer Up My Hearties.
Oh no, you because you were gonna fix Rollins, so you're still holding
Yeah.
Rollins' book, right?
Oh, right,
Of
okay.
Pirate Magic.
Listen, I have 2 books in my hand. One of them is his book. Yeah, this is his book. But I took it out because when I put it back in, I'll put it back in for a second.
Please, it's worse than death.
So I just thought it would be better for him to not have it on him.
You see, they look. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Ooh. 19.
They look and they say, "It's a good man. That's a good man. What you done for poor Rollins here? Not like this lousy layabout." They start shaking Galir.
He didn't do anything. I don't even think he was here.
I've never done anything. I've never done anything.
He's never done anything. That's true.
With my life, with anyone, please help. And you see that the 2 pirates say, "Is this Kodja yours? He's one of your mates."
Yeah, he's kind of, well, he's like my friend.
Please speak more enthusiastically on my behalf, Gorgon.
You know what? He is one of my mates.
It hurts to have to ask for it. you see the pirates let go of him, and they say, this is not the first time this has happened. We'll take the book off your hand, and we'll take Rollins, and we'll sweep him up and get Ida to put him back together.
Okay, you are all good friends to him.
Do you mean that?
Yeah, I think so.
You're a good man.
I'm also...
What?
I'm a wizard too, so...
Is that true?
Yeah, pretty much.
Ida mentioned the greatest wizard of the age. I don't know, I see it. You see the two of them sweep up the bones, get the book, leave from that place. The rest of you guys kind of meet up out by the van. And pretty much, I think it's Adine is here with, I think Sandra Lynn would have stayed by your side to let everyone else sort of run around and do their shenanigans. But the rest of you guys sort of meet up by the van. A couple hours pass by. You guys do see that little plume of smoke up in the corner of the Crow's Keep.
Can I start reading my book?
Yeah, absolutely.
And see if I find anything about Cursed Gems, or I'm also kind of interested if there's something about like taking a soul that's been bound in an object after the object's been destroyed and saving it.
You don't find anything about, because pirates wouldn't have any interest in destroying a piece of treasure that they were trying to get.
I see. Okay.
But they do talk about specifically things that are bound to gems, and you see that there's a little charm that can affect the plane shift spell, and it basically says if a curse has effects hidden within a cursed object that are effectively obscured or obfuscated from your ability to interact with them, what you can do is actually plane shift inside of the cursed object to get an interior landscape to see the hidden effects. So in other words, the contingency effect that would kill Gorthalax if you tried to break this curse, you could potentially plane shift into the gem, dispel that effect, and then break the original curse.
Do you have 7th level spells? Okay, something to work for.
Is plane shift 7th level?
Yeah.
I was wondering if I can.
I have blink that changes the plane that I'm on, but only onto the ethereal plane.
Oh, okay.
Can I look at like my Subject of World Religions book and try to start cross-referencing that with this thing that we have to see who maybe the unnamed deity is?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me another religion check.
Got it. All right.
And just to be clear, does it look like there's a name omitted, or is it?
Let's see this roll, and we'll
Okay.
see what you guys find.
Hey, there we go. 20, but not nat.
20, not nat. You look at this, and there are a lot of gods that existed in Silver back in the days of old. The Wood Elves had their own gods. The Centaurs did as well. The gods of like the Treants are a little bit mysterious. The fairies that lived there kind of were chaotic and kind of almost celestial themselves a little bit. They were sort of otherworldly themselves. And then very little is written about like the role that unicorns played in that forest. But you do see that there is, in other words, there are a lot of things that this god could have been, and there are elements of like, oh, there were other deities at the time. This could be this person, this could be this person, this could be this person. With a dirty 20, a lot of it doesn't match for you. Like you're looking at what your book has to say about it, and it's sort of, you are able to kind of frustratingly rule out a lot of the things in the book in a way that makes you confused. You're like, man, this is like, if there's this treasure map of this thing where the name is, and like you're saying, like Riz, like almost omitted, it would be weird that it wouldn't be represented here, and yet you're looking at it and you're like, yeah, there's nothing here about this.
Adine, could you maybe dispel magic on this? Or
I could,
sense
but if it's
there's
illusory script, then a dispel magic will destroy it. I mean, the original script and the illusion both disappear, is what happens if it's illusory script.
I could cast Detect Good and Evil and see if we're getting a vibe from either of those. Because wouldn't
I could do detect magic on it.
Do you want to do detect magic? That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, or I could also do the identify spell.
Would that tell us if it was
Enchanted?
yeah.
Yeah, it says if it's a magic item
Okay.
or a magic imbued object.
Cool, let's do it.
Great. I cast the identify spell on this book about this unseen god. Unnamed god.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
You're casting on this book of religions of this unseen god. Are you the one that has the original maps on it?
Yeah.
Cool. You go ahead and cast the identify spell. Yes, this is another use of the identify spell. The hefty tome that you now hold in your hands is a perfectly normal book.
Well, at least he was efficient.
Great.
All right.
Okay.
Why is the voice in my head a man?
So,
Why would you assume that?
Wow. Wow. Wow, Adine.
Open your mind.
Damn,
My brain, guys. It's my brain.
Riz, if you take a picture on your crystal of the picture.
Oh, and see if it's like the shadow cat,
Yeah, can you?
and see if things don't show up.
I'm curious to see if it's if you took a picture of the picture, if
the
we
shadow
could
cat
see
picture.
it. You know, if it's a picture you took.
Oh, so nothing to do with the book.
of
Just
the
take a
shadow
picture
cat.
of the picture.
Yeah, I
All
like
right,
it.
I'm gonna take a picture of the shadow cat picture.
Okay, you take a picture of the shadow cat picture on your crystal.
Yeah.
Hold on one second.
And then put it into Photoshop
And
and,
then
see what
if
the
you
color
see
profile
it-
is.
Uh huh.
Yeah, change
The picture that you
contrast on it.
took could be.
Okay, you take a picture of the picture. You can see the shadow cat in your crystal. You guys cannot.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Interesting.
I'm just ruling out things.
Great.
So this was the last time. So what do we know about the unicorn again? It was the last time people saw it was when the Nightmare King came into our realm, right?
The great unicorn.
The Great Unicorn or something like that. And what did this say about the unicorn? This
Just
time?
like that the unicorns, there wasn't much known about.
There wasn't much
their
known about them.
Worship?
Yeah. In the treasure map that you guys see of that area, whatever this sort of unnamed god is, you find stuff in it that seems to include elements of every culture that was present in Silvera at the time in these temples. So a god big enough to be partially revered or at least acknowledged by 5 separate types of beings that inhabited Silvera, not being anywhere in your religious text is weird. It is weird enough that it is actually extremely noteworthy.
Do they reference how this god was celebrated or worshipped or what the practices were like? Because what if the Nightmare King is just a god who got pissed?
Is
a
there-
vengeful god.
Is there some kind of cleric on Leviathan?
Well, isn't
Guardian?
Tracker? Isn't Tracker?
Yeah, but maybe like a pirate
Oh, got it.
cleric.
There are a lot of pirate clerics here. Pirate clerics tend to subscribe to a model where they will often keep shrines to every single god they've ever come into contact with to like hedge their bets.
So maybe they know a lot about a lot of gods.
That'd be cool.
That's interesting.
It feels like this god, and forgive me if I'm stating the obvious, is removing itself from history.
It sounds like the shadow
Yeah.
cat. Yeah.
And
Right.
it seems
Yeah,
like
that's
there's
what
a
I
lot
was
of
wondering the same.
there's a
I
lot
was
of
wondering the
power
same
in
thing.
people not knowing you exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Zafriel also didn't know anything about himself. The van.
Yeah. Was that something that was done to him though?
We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
He might have done it
Well,
to himself.
my
He might be
my
lying.
dream
we don't know
before we
anything
took
about
off
him.
was that I couldn't draw the face of my god. When we all had our nightmares before we took off.
Well, that
That maybe you've been worshipping some unnamed god by mistake.
I don't know.
Are they trying to make us forget everything?
Everybody shut up. I need to do my homework.
Adine eventually finishes her homework. You guys have sort of eaten. Fabian is very sick in the back of the van. Rog is back there having a hard time as well. Cathilda is just tending to the both of them. Sandra Lynn is kind of guarding over Adine while she studies. Galir is also playing it safe in the van at the moment. You see eventually Ida comes back over to you as you are almost finished. You see she looks at you and says, I take it you were almost done with the spell?
Yes, thank you. Yes.
Very good. All right. If you see my father, tell him whatever you want. No concern of mine.
Oh, we can hang out if you like.
What?
I don't have any wizard friends.
Why?
I'm a wizard.
I don't have any wizard friends.
Are you hard to be around?
No. No? Are you hard to be around?
Yes.
Oh, do you want a friend?
Desperately.
I'll be your friend. Would you like to hold my frog? It's not a gift.
She takes Foggy. Utterly fantastic.
Isn't he good?
What level spell is this?
It's just fine familiar. It's
How?
I can teach you it. It'll cost you 50 gold per level.
Very good. This is a first level spell. Your spellcraft would make it seem much higher than that.
Thank you.
She hands Boggy back to you. A truly fantastic frog. I've misjudged you.
Do you like he has a backpack.
You see, says, her eyes go wide. You haven't seen her display much emotion, but she says, he has a tiny little backpack that he wears?
No, that I wear that he lives in.
Oh, that's
but you know what?
good.
He should. Hang on. I pull out a tiny
You see, she
little
goes,
backpack.
no, it's too cute. Boggy happily puts on a tiny little backpack that he now wears.
He wears a backpack in a backpack.
In the backpack, she says, there's a frog in that backpack wearing a tiny little backpack.
What's in his backpack?
Oh, maybe a smaller frog. You see, Ida looks at you and says, I cannot believe that I've met the two greatest wizards of this age on the same day. You and your friend Gorgug will surely either kill each other or save this world. And she begins to stride out of the room.
I say make it 3, and then I dismiss my disguised self.
Rollins, why have you disguised yourself as this young woman?
That's gonna be hard to explain. I turn back into Rollins.
Rollins, get back to the front desk.
Okay.
Watch me run.
You see, she looks at you and says, you did a very good job running earlier, but I could do with even faster, if I'm being honest. Many people steal books from here, and we should catch more of them.
I desperately want to please her, so I run even faster.
Very good. Faster, Rollins, faster!
I'm faster than
you. See, she says, Adine Abernant, you are welcome here at the Compass Points whenever you wish, and to your companion Gorgug Thistlespring as well. Whatever knowledge that I can offer you, I shall offer you a fair price for it, not only because you are gifted wizards, but because you took the time to fill out a library card, and we really need the funding. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You see, she turns around. You guys return to the van and have your sending spell.
I have a real quick question. Was my book in a forbidden zone? Or
It was,
just
yes.
a regular? Okay.
So I don't have a card for sending. I can just
card?
A spell card.
Oh.
I have 2 third-level spells left this day. Do I send one?
You get a free response with it. So,
Great. But so I want to send one to
God's mom.
Eggfort.
Cool.
Yeah, because she's kind of laid up.
right.
Yeah.
And then one to Zelda.
Yeah. Well, do you get? Could we just have Eggfort message Zelda? I mean,
No,
I
I'm
think I
saying
should
we
talk
could.
to her, but I also
I'm saying we shouldn't.
right, and I'm saying
We have 25 words per sending,
yes.
plus curses and swears
Okay.
that are PG-13.
But so you can do 2 third-level spells today.
Yes, I have 2 4th level spells as well, but
I think the only thing I don't want you to use a spell on this if you can use it tomorrow, because one is like a life-threatening situation, and one is a situation where I feel like I definitely should handle, but also don't want to need that spell later in a fight or something.
Well, let's come up with a 25-word message to Arthur Eggfort. Avast headmaster, can you please check on Rog's mom? We think she might be in danger.
Yeah,
I think let's be specific, right?
Yeah.
Shadowcat wants to kill Rog's
Shadowcat
mom.
threatened Rog's mom, wants to kill Rog's mom. Please keep her safe.
Stop.
Yeah, keep her safe.
Batten down the hatches.
Please
Go
protect
immediately.
her. That's
Yeah.
9.
Maybe could tell my mom. She could get the cops there too.
Get a detail on her.
Okay,
Can we tell? So, Shadowcat wants to kill Rog's mom. Please protect her.
Tell
Sklanda.
Does Eggfort know who Shadowcat is? That's sort of just what we call this creature.
I mean, her name is what? Kalinda.
Kalina.
Kalina.
Shadowcat.
Nightmare King.
Nightmare King's
King.
agent,
Henchman.
Shadowcat.
Perfect.
Cool.
Nightmare King.
That's all under
Shadowcat.
25.
We got it. Yeah,
You
that's
guys
all we
send
need.
that off.
Tell Zelda I'm sorry.
You guys get a response back almost immediately from Principal Eggfort, going,
Wonderful. The use of a pirate sending.
a spree of profanity that is so specific that it actually communicates a kind of intricate message that he's going to go check up on it. And he says, stay where you are. I'm going to scry on you and then send a screen to communicate with you more in person. So you guys are all in the van. A minute or two later, a screen goes across the windshield of the van that is kind of tilted to, even though the windshield's at a tilt, it just shows Arthur Eggfort there.
I was driving.
In his suit while you're driving.
You see, he goes, "Oh, wonderful, my fine students. Here, take a look."
And he adjusts the screen. Rog's house is a smoking crater. It is completely...
I hold Rog in a way that like turns him away from it.
Rog puts his head in his hands. You see that Arthur looks and says,
"Utterly destroyed."
And
Why did you say that so enthusiastically?
everyone in it?
Where's his
Well,
mom?
a dead body.
No.
Who was in the?
Just
who?
one dead body?
Yes.
Is it Rog's mom?
you see that he looks in and you see that he says,
Well, the body of Lydia Barkrock, yes.
Can you bring
Was
her
anything
back?
taken from her? Didn't she have a
Crystal.
gem, a crystal inside of her?
Yes, she did.
And she
Can
no
I
longer
do a
does.
perception, like
You wanna
insight
do an
check,
insight
to
check?
see
Yeah.
if this is actually Eggfort?
sure.
That would 15.
Egbert doesn't seem that perturbed.
Yeah.
You see, he says, yes, the body of Lydia Barkrock was killed, destroyed here. And we're going to have to get her a new one, I guess. But
What are you talking about?
what are you talking about?
You can just get her a new body?
Reincarnate?
Oh! Yes, I've been meaning to do this for some time. Lydia Barkrock had a demon, a very important demon, in a gem that she had implanted into her chest. So what I did was I went and cloned her, took her real body, put it into a temporal stasis with the real gem in it, took a sort of piece of glass shaped like a gem, a fabricated one, cast Nistul's magical aura so it would read as an artifact, stabbed that into the clone, and then what I did is I magic jawed projected Lydia's consciousness into this kind of puppet body so that she would be able to see and speak and pilot it, even though her real body is actually in an extra-dimensional space about a mile underground beneath the Eggfort Adventuring
So
Academy.
she's not dead?
Magic jaw.
Yeah, you said magic jaw.
Jar.
Jar, magic
My
jar.
accent, I dropped the hard R's.
But that's a spell that we've heard
You see,
before.
Ron says, "Is my mom fucking dead or not?"
She's not dead.
She's not dead. She's not dead.
And he says,
Well, it's an interesting philosophical point because one of her bodies has been destroyed, so her consciousness shot back to her body prime. But in a sense, she did experience death, so very
But
interesting.
she's still alive.
Lydia.
She's still alive, Rog.
"Okay, good. I'm glad. Were you ever going to tell me that you did that?" See, Arthur Eggfort says,
My dear boy, I truly forgot that I did that stuff. It was on a list somewhere, and I was going to eventually tell you. But very troubling indeed that somebody believes they killed Lydia Barkrock.
We saw your daughter.
Which one?
Oh,
Ida?
Ida! How is she doing? Oh, I forgot her birthday. I've forgotten many of her birthdays.
Where's my creature?
"Oh, I have many. I've been working on it. You didn't get back in touch with me."
Yes, well, I'm in touch with you now. Send it to, I send him a pin.
Oh, wonderful. They cost a tremendous amount of money.
Yeah, remember I gave you money.
No, you didn't.
Okay, well, I said I'm going to give you money.
Sure, yeah. For sure. You said you were going to. Saying that you were going to give someone money and giving them money. Two of the most different things in the world.
I think if you're a rock star, they're actually the same.
Yeah, everyone just knows I'm worth the money because they see all the posters with my face on it.
A lot of very famous artists and creators are quite broke.
Yeah, well, what do you got for me?
Well,
We'll talk about it another time.
okay,
Maybe
the
this
cheapest
the
option
wrong
is the
time.
Pentacorn. That's 30,000 gold. So,
Okay, I'm gonna Google that and then we'll talk.
all right.
Pentacorn.
Well, I am very glad that young Mr. Barkrock is not without his mother. I will get to work on making another clone very quickly. He goes, wait, so like when I've been cuddling my mom and stuff for like years, it's not been her? And he goes, no, my boy, her consciousness has been inhabiting a perfect replica of her own real body, while her real body has been sort of incorporeal and lodged in temporal stasis deep beneath the crust of the earth.
What level is
Magic!
How do I learn a magic jar spell?
Oh, it's very powerful.
Why do people put people away in stones with it?
Why wouldn't you?
How do you break one?
Well, there's a couple of ways. A wish spell would do it.
Cool.
A ninth
Drown
level
in
spell?
dough.
A ninth level spell would do
Yes,
it?
the good stuff. Yeah.
This family is wild.
Professor Eckfort,
Yes.
why I got you here. Do you know anything about unicorns?
Oh, I know. A tremendous amount about unicorns.
Who do they worship?
I think I've quite forgotten.
You forgot?
Yes, I've forgotten. I used to know, and I don't know anymore. It's troubling.
Is this like a forgetting thing like you did with Lydia Barkrock's body? Or like
Lydia Barkrock, I need to tell her son that I've put.
You just
Okay, him
Can
being forgetful
unicorns
is
turn
actually...
into other things? Is that a thing?
Got me to tell Lydia that I've done that. Lydia doesn't even know I did it while she was
Can
asleep.
you see this cat?
What?
Do you see a cat?
Hold on 1 second.
Or a person that looks like a cat.
Right, it's a...
We don't know what it... I don't want him to take it very literally and then be like, I don't see a cat.
you gotta
Who
be
is?
careful.
Am I the only one of our little crew that can
Tracker.
see?
Yeah,
cats?
Tracker
Tracker
can see
And
it.
Tracker like over
And,
Sanderlin.
Sanderlin.
And Sanderlin.
Can Rog see it?
Rog
Rog
can see it, yeah.
Rog.
You see that Arthur says, I'm afraid I can't see a tabaxi in that photograph. How strange.
Oh, that's so crazy because we didn't say tabaxi. We just said, do you see a cat? We just asked you, do you see a cat in this? And you said, I don't see a tabaxi.
I
woman."
read from your intonation that you were using the term cat to mean a tabaxi, which, by the way, is extremely offensive.
That's
That's
I
what
buy
was kinda
that.
worried about.
Yes, for sure. Well, it seems like we have all
Can I
of this
do an
covered
insight
up.
check?
yeah.
I don't know if I can over
Oh,
this
sure, yeah.
screen, but. Alright.
We should steal a book about unicorns.
17.
17. Arthur's doesn't seem more strange than usual. You see, Arthur looks and says,
Well, I'm glad to tell you then that Lydia is alive. The person or peoples that did this were not able to get the demon gem from within her body, so
kudos for us. Apocalypse averted. Hooray, Eggfort. Put another W up on the board. You see, he says, however, Rog, my good boy, you are officially homeless. So good luck with
Principal
that.
Eggfort, you've got to get better at talking to kids.
Why?
I mean, the entire family is just seemingly
He's a principal,
awful.
though.
Rog, you can live in Mordred Manor with us.
You see, Rog goes, okay, good, my mom's alive. I've got a home.
Yeah, you got it. Base is covered.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Mordred Manor is actually extremely chill.
It's really cool.
I live in a tower.
No, I'm super psyched. I
under
would
a
love
piano.
that. Big party house, yeah.
Absolute party house.
You see that, and see, Eggfort says, is there a party house
No.
going on?
No, that's just
No,
what we call a
sir.
study hall.
Yeah.
For a discount on that Pentacorn, there is.
You drive a hard bargain, Miss Fan. All right, I'm going to go. Rog, should I make your mother a new body? I would probably have to deposit her here in this wreckage. Should I just hold tight on that? I probably should tell her that I made a body and I did a bunch of.
You probably
jibby
should,
jabs.
yeah.
Yeah,
it seems like you
wait
should
until she has
explain
a
to
place
that.
to be that's not on fire.
Yes! Ooh, her consciousness probably has returned to the molten core of the earth. I should get on that.
The
Rog
molten
goes,
core?
What?
The molten core?
Wait, how many miles down did I put her? I'm going to check. Form of Earth! He turns into an Earth elemental and burrows into the ground.
Okay, wait, Rog, when you were saying and you met the Tabaxi woman, who had she talked to? Was she talking to Eggfort at any time?
You see, he says, no, I never saw her talking to Eggfort.
So talking to Adine's mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jace.
Or, yeah.
The biggest thing is Tracker and Tracker seeing it overnight.
Yeah, that is very strange to me.
Very strange.
So Tracker.
Can we look in the library? Because we're right outside the library right now, right?
Yeah.
Can we check in the library for some kind of book on invisibility?
Yeah,
Or,
absolutely.
Like the magic.
Didn't
of
Ada say
invisibility?
you could ask
Everybody
her
make a
anything?
perception check for me if you'd be so kind.
You can get help from her, the librarian.
20,
Nat
20 on
20.
that.
Hey.
Cool. Nat 20. You look off and see that the smoke coming from the edge of Crow's Keep has finally stopped down, but you get a good look at it and you're with Fabian. I don't think Fabian has described the events of last night, but Fabian has basically been like, he's like, oh, I know what that was or whatever.
Yeah.
It's on the wrong side of Crow's Keep from where Fabian fell. It's not the place that Fabian would have fallen from. On a nat 20, you're just like triangulating where you guys got him. So that smoke's not coming from where Fabian fell from.
Hey, Fabian. Well, first off, real quick, I hand him that orange. I read that somewhere that you give your friends oranges so they don't get scurvy. But anyways, the other thing is,
Rog tears up.
and you can have an orange too.
Fuck. Oh, it's a good day, dude. Did all those hugs from my mom count? They counted, right?
They counted.
Okay, yeah, it's
She
just like
absolutely did.
she like had like a mech of her own body made of normal body stuff. That's
Yeah, but
normal.
her brain was in it, so that's the
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah.
Rog, is this not a hug? And I hug the gem that Gorthalax is trapped in. Is this not a hug?
You see, he gives you
Does
a
this not
hug.
count?
he,
This
gives
counts.
you, he gives you
This counts. It counts.
Everyone in the van is
It's
crying.
super hard, guys. It's super Oh, he's
I
like,
just
"Get a hug, get a hug."
I hold Tracker's hand,
So
just kind of
Fabian,
quietly, like.
I don't think that's what you're talking. It seems like that's a different fire.
I got a 16 perception. Can I tell that that's not?
It's not the building.
Oh,
You would know where that is. You look at the building. That used to be the Ramble.
oh, that's.
What's the ramble?
Oh, the Ramble. That's the main head of. It's like the government here. It's like the top of the government here.
What?
Oh.
Is Jamina in trouble?
Probably not Jamina, but this is probably James making some kind of move to take over Leviathan. Is my guess, because he was up here earlier.
Okay, so let's attack him. Let's fight him.
Oh, we shouldn't
Let's
do
find
that.
Yeah.
Oh,
in
we
fact,
shouldn't.
if anything, we need to get revenge on what he did to you last
Yeah,
night.
you're right. You're right. We shouldn't fight him at all. You
No,
should
we
fight him
don't.
one on one.
No, none of us should fight him. We should. Our goal is to get a C+ on this assignment by getting the crown
No,
of the
our
Night-
goal is to get an A.
All right. Either way, the Nightmare King's crown is our goal. I don't think we should stay here longer than we need to.
The Nightmare King's goal. This is personal, and I don't like seeing you like this. It scares me. Where is your sword? Where is your eye patch?
Fabian, this is real Galir energy.
Yeah.
Galir goes, hey.
Yeah, hey, I slap Riz.
Assault.
I grab a lemon yogurt from near Galir. There's an ant in it.
You see, he says, no, sometimes ants get in there, it's okay.
I say, look, hold this. Does this feel comfortable in your hand? It's warm yogurt. You know how Galir says yogurt?
Yes.
Okay, everyone.
Is this... Do you want to be a sad, sad elf man?
I think somebody
Okay,
cursed
okay.
Fabian. I
Huh,
don't know if
Fabian?
there's any other
I haven't been
explanation for
cursed.
it.
All right, here it is. While I was off on my own last night, I ran into Alistair Ash, and he introduced me to all of my father's followers, and we all had a great time. And then,
Great, so we can get them to help.
no.
Are they okay?
No. Okay.
They quit being pirates.
I bet they
No.
have real fun names. I can't wait to meet them.
They did have fun names. There was Jungle Down Bim.
What?
And there
Are
was,
you having a stroke?
No.
Maybe it's an anagram. It must
No,
be
it
an
wasn't
anagram.
an anagram. His name is just Jungle Down Bim, and there was also one named Old Benjamin, who was old, but also young. And there was another one. There was another one that jumped out when they all found out that I didn't kill my father like I said I did. Well, I did kill my No, but I didn't kill him the way that they all thought I did. I didn't like fight him in combat, and they all said that we were gonna die, and they challenged James to a fight. And I said, well, come on, I'm Fabian Seacaster. Like, we could beat him. And then he was walking by. He was walking by, and I jumped out of the door, and I Captain James, and I stabbed him. And I stabbed him really good. And I think we're gonna do a good job.
So it's fine, so he said.
No!
You didn't kill him?
No!
Did you almost kill him?
No! I mean, I thought I did. I thought I did some good damage. I thought I really hit him hard, and then the next thing I knew is his tentacles were on my head, and he was gonna eat my brain. And he told me that he'd eat my siblings' brains. So I guess I have brothers and sisters, but I didn't have enough time to process that. But because by the time I escaped, he murdered like all of my. He murdered all of my. He murdered all of my father's followers, like all of them in like one hit. It was like he just went, and then.
Alistair dead?
No, the only four that survived were Jungle Down Bim, Old and Young Benjamin.
Well, didn't Jungle Down Bim help you?
Jungle Down Bim probably saved you.
We should go to Jungle Down Bim.
How did he
Jungle
help
Down
you in the
Bim.
fight? How did he help you?
I've got a phone book here. I'm looking for Jungle
No,
Down
please
Bim.
don't.
He's on the
He
line.
told me he was gonna shit my mouth.
Thank God.
He told me he was gonna shit my mouth. He was gonna shit my mouth, and then I would never be a real pirate, and then I was a disgrace to my father's memory.
Huh, hang up.
And then old young Benjamin is hiding somewhere, and Alistair Ash was crying because I ran away.
You grabbed him when you ran away, though, right?
No, I abandoned him like confidently because I knew that the only way I would survive is if I ran around. So the only ones of my followers left are Jungle Down Bim, who probably works for James, Old Young Benjamin, who's doing a monkey thing up at the rigging, and then there's the honestly, I probably have one follower who's running around, who's not even mine. He's my father's, just like everything else I have, and I don't know. So We shouldn't fight James. He's just going to murder all of you, and I'm going to feel awful, and I'm just going to end up eating banana yogurt in a house that I build in the memory of my father.
I
just like
slap
the rest.
him.
Ow!
Fabian.
Draco looks at you and goes, jeez.
Fabian, Arameus Seacaster, we need you, okay? We brought one Galir, we made that mistake, we did not mean to bring two.
Okay, real quick, I need to
You
cast
have more than
suggestion
your
on
father.
Galir and tell him to believe in himself. Because a lot of mean stuff is getting said.
We need that here!
You see, well, I'm going to roll a save for him real quick. He fails his save. You see, he says, I'm okay with the fact that it takes mind control to make me like me.
We'll
I'm
deal
okay
with that
with
later. Everything's gonna keep being really against you, so just
No.
buck up.
I am looking up from the bottom and I'm seeing how close Fabian is sinking towards me. And it is alarming, even to me, I won't lie.
Okay.
You have so much more than just being your father's son.
Everything you have is not your father's.
None of us are friends with you because you're Bill Seacaster's son. We're
Yeah.
friends with you because you're Fabian.
It's true.
Yes, but the reason I'm at the Eggford Adventuring Academy, the reason I'm a bad kid, the reason I have the sword that I do and the bike that I do is all because...
You got that bike because you won it fair and square because we killed a lot of people.
Yeah, but you know who was in my head when I killed Johnny Spells? My father. My father. My father.
Does he have any,
Hey,
like...
just because he started you off on this journey doesn't mean that he needs to follow you everywhere you go. He just give you a head start.
Yeah, he's always gonna influence you.
You know why I'm who I am because of my parents?
Aren't you like you're like the opposite? Because
Exactly. And you can be that too. Or the same, it doesn't matter, but we're not friends with you because your dad was famous. Actually, if I'm being honest, that's the least likable thing about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty insufferable sometimes.
Yeah, it's kind of like, get over it, you know?
You see Tracker looks up and says, I think there's a lot of true things that have been said here. And, you know, just from the outside of this friend group looking in, it seems like Fabian might be struggling with depression. And I think that we've all reacted in a way, you know, where you see a depressed person and we all shout at them. So,
Okay.
you know,
I feel like you can't be depressed. Like, depression is like a long-term illness and not just a thing that happens to you on one day. I think what you mean is that he's sad,
sure.
and that's different.
Fabian's life rules 95% of the time.
Yeah, he's had
But,
one
like-
vaguely mediocre day, and it's
It was a bad day. It's a bad
14
day.
people die
All right,
of
you've
my
had one
orders.
bad day.
It was a bad
So
day.
you
Super
had
bad.
a bad
Honestly,
you see that Tracker says, I'm gonna stand by. We might be catching this at the beginning of this process.
I think you're
Call
right.
Call Chungledan Bim because I'm gonna tell
Do
him that I'm
not
gonna
call
shit in his mouth.
You see
I'm
that?
gonna
Actually,
tell him.
I called him a
that I'm
couple
gonna-
times during that roller coaster.
You see that?
And now he's got my call blocked.
You see that? Yeah, and also you see that Galir looks and says, "What actually is a phone book for Leviathan? Because that's
it's some
fully nothing.
Animal eye with a bunch of numbers.
Yes, these are the scrawlings of a madman. These are not.
He just found this in a bathroom.
Yeah, this is nothing.
Fabian,
It does what
I
I
don't-
It does say Chungledan Bim in it.
Fabian, I think you're gonna have to. We obviously can't fix this overnight, and obviously I want you to take time to figure out what is going on and recover from what a bad situation that was. But I think we need to check this out with or without you.
But also, Fabian, you know, we all draw strength from each other. You went in without your crew. What's a pirate without its crew?
I did have like 14.
No, you had
They're not as good as us.
No.
You had
They're not as good.
randos.
They're
Yeah.
not as good as
That's like
think
trying to
also
do an
that
escape room with just a bunch of strangers you just met.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
I think also if something's going on, I understand that maybe it feels really hard, but it might not be something we can avoid right now. Although it is the politics of a city that we're not from.
Yeah, but if he takes over the entire city, it might be hard to get away.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Let's check it out at the very least.
Let's do it.
You see that this is the first time that Cathilda has heard the whole story. So you see the van pulls away. You guys start heading towards the smoke at the edge of Crow's Keep. As the van is pulling away, you see Cathilda looks up at you and she says, Master Fabian, are you... She sort of has the blanket over you because you have your pneumonia, you're messed up. She looks at you and says, I want you to know something. And as she, the noise of the van, you guys are driving away, she looks up at you and goes, my children passed away before you were born, and I've never spoken about it with you because it was something that I never truly intended, I think, to share. You know, you're becoming a young man, and throughout your childhood, the conversation just moved farther and farther away, and I don't know if there ever would have been a day where I would have brought it up. Your father loved you the moment he laid eyes on you, when you were nothing but a whimpering babe. You had no exploits to your name. There was nothing heroic. You were a little ball of wailing and waggling your arms and legs around, and you are worthy of love no matter what it is that you do in this world, and there are those that love you. And I hope you know that I love you.
Yeah, I know that.
I never wanted to overstep my bounds, and your father built you up a great deal, and I don't think he ever prepared you for the sudden fall. Maybe I should have done something about that before. You are a good lad, and nobody is defined by their worst day.
Sure.
I'm sorry that you had to go through that, and worst of all, I'm sorry that you had to go through it without your family. You see a look come over Cathilda's eyes. It's creepy to look at. She has normally sort of brown, dark brown eyes, and her face is always so creased in a perpetual smile that kind of like the pupil and iris of her eyes fills out most of her eyes. Her pupils dilate, and her eyes like lose their luster a little bit in what you can only describe as a look of such pure menace. Like, you've heard the expression that someone goes black in the eyes. This is the first time you've seen that, where someone like looks like any shred of empathy, remorse, or hesitation leaves from her expression. She says, "You are Bill's son, his darling boy, and you are mine as well. And that squid put his hands on you, and he's going to pay handsomely for it with every last thing he's got. Do you hear me?"
Yes, I do.
That's good, Master Fabian. Pinches your cheek. And you guys head off to the edge of the Crow's Keep.
I try to hold Cathilda's hand as we walk.
She squeezes your hand. Oh, dearie.
You're hot.
What?
What? Well, nothing.
You know, I don't think you're wrong. I think I'm quite a catch.
So true, right, Tracker?
You have to like yourself. You have to, you know. I don't have a problem saying it. I'm a catch.
It's like that tweet song. Oops, oh my. She's done dressing in front of a mirror and just kind of taking it all in.
What a world-shattering reference. You see, a impossibly deep cut. I can't believe where your mind flashes to in the briefest possible moment.
Listen to it. It's a great pump-up song.
It's a banger. You see, you just get to press keep. You see the Ramble. The Ramble used to be this giant sort of, you know, almost like Walrus and the Carpenter-esque ramshackle multi-level tavern that was home to, the building, the Ramble, was home to the actual Ramble itself, which was a collection of Leviathan's oldest pirates that would sit here and smoke and drink and tell tales of great acts of piracy in the distant past. It was kind of like, how to put it, similar to what like a courthouse would do. It was like the repository of like the judicial system of piracy, where people would come before these ancient pirates who wouldn't really hold trials, but would just like ramble and wax philosophical, and eventually a decision would come out through the assembled wisdom of the elder pirates gathered here. It is now a smoking ruin. You see that there are a bunch of pirates that are gathered here that are kind of like salvaging what they can from this place. Some of the people are here. You see that Jamina Joy is here as well. So you see that the bosun has come up from the Maelstrom's Maw to help salvage this place. What do you guys do as you approach?
We'll ask Jamina. Jamina, what happened here?
Oh. Captain Wicklaw destroyed the Ramble. He came here last night and asked what need be done for there to be a new king in Leviathan.
Did he? What needed to be done? Destroy that?
You see, it says,
the elders of the Ramble said that it was merely the words of old Bill that had kept a king from the throne of the helm for a generation. So, the elders of the Ramble said that all that need be done would be for a captain to claim the crown from the head of the Pirate King in Liberty Square, and to head to the Row in the Ruction, there to crown themselves as Pirate King. Captain James need not have destroyed this place. He did so from what I can only say is malice, to destroy the wisdom gathered here and have there be no other elders to claim court or principal in the city of Leviathan.
Do you know where he is now?
If his aim was to become the Pirate King, I can only assume he will have headed to Gibbety Square.
Yeah.
To claim the crown.
How do you feel as the person who
Pibbity
takes...
Square? Pibbity?
Gibbet. What did you say?
I thought it was Pib. Never mind.
No, Gibbety. Gibbety.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
As the person who watches over this city and has its interest at your heart, that's what an assumption I'm jumping to about you.
I have no heart. I am an automaton.
Right, but it's programmed in you to care about the city. Whatever, let's not debate this. Do you think it's good? Do you support his claim?
I was the bosun of the Leviathan under the last Pirate King. When Bill Seacaster came here, cut off his head, stuck it to the mast of Gibbety Square, and said that there would be no king in Leviathan, everything changed. Everything may change again with James
so you're saying you're apolitical?
Hey, you know, I keep the ships floating.
Right, you just obey orders.
What's your deal? You have some dog
What's
in
your
this
deal?
fight? What?
What's your deal?
I work from the moment I come from my maintenance to keep this massive city afloat.
Why?
Somebody's got to do the actual work of this city floating, all right? Is it so crazy for me to ask that the citizens of Leviathan keep the politics in line and afloat?
When there's a bad person.
How about this? I'll run my crew that keeps the city from literally sinking into the ocean. I'll do that by myself with the crew that works for me. And how about the other 98% of people keep an evil king from happening?
Why don't you be the evil king?
Okay, you said evil king though. The only reason I was asking is because I feel like you know the city better than I do. So I wanted to know if you supported this claim or not.
Yeah,
You
if you're
said
the one that's
evil
keeping it
king.
afloat, you're the one that's running it. You should be the king.
Look,
If there's anyone.
when you come from a democracy, right?
No, I come from Falinel.
Okay, you come from a magocracy. But my point being that when something goes extremely wrong in your country, do you go find like the snowplow drivers and like the mail
We
people?
need to go to Gibbity Square,
I need to go to Gibbity
This
Square.
person's not going to
You're
help
the
us.
head of the civil service.
I feel like this is it.
Everyone
You should
read the
resign.
room.
Oh, do you want to throw down?
No,
Do you want my job?
I want you to be, no, I want you to go and be your own pirate captain on your own and be really good at being a pirate and let Leviathan sink under this bad, evil king.
So you think it would be better for Leviathan to sink into the waves?
Yes!
No, we don't agree.
What?
Let's
What are
go
you
to
talking
Gibbity
about?
Square.
Honestly, I didn't mean to start any of this. I totally just wanted to know what you thought because I trusted your opinion.
I'm the only one here with a
That's
job. All right, I do my job.
We
I keep
all
the
have
city
jobs.
Riz, start doing your. Oh no, that was a different one. Your baby dance.
I take
completely different.
I take
world.
Kristen's ribbon dance and try to distract
There
her.
goes
I
my
start sprinting towards Gibbity Square.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
You guys take off from Gibbity Square.
I think you'd be a really good king.
I won't be a queen of this place, and if I was, it would sink to the bottom of the ocean because I was gonna.
You guys drive away. So you all head off. As you do so, you go down the pulley system back to the lower levels of Leviathan, where you drive over to Gibbity Square. As you arrive in Gibbity Square, you see that the crown has already been pulled off of the head of the Pirate King. You see a gruesome sight, by the way, which is a giant mast that has an artificially preserved, bearded pirate's head with a dagger through the tongue, pinning it so it hangs from the tongue off of this thing, and no crown on the head.
All right, so he's already going to the place where he needs to crown himself.
Yeah.
Row in the ruction.
Let's
Yeah.
head there.
Let's go.
You guys head to the Row and the Ruction.
What is that?
It's nearby.
As you guys get to the Row and the Ruction, you see a massive, like, pirate warehouse in the Aftward neighborhood. These are more like classical buildings. They're well-to-do. It's not all ship's hulls here. These are actual like platforms, streets, buildings, and you see a colossal building. You guys hear a crazy amount of noise from this, of pitched fighting. So the Row and the Ruction are two separate fights going on. The Row is a massive fist fight on the sort of sawdust-covered and blood-stained floor of this massive warehouse. It is a fist fight that's been going on for 150 years. They have been like bringing in new it's just a fight. It's been going on forever. The Ruction is a series of like planks and barrels hanging from a net about 20 feet above the Row. The Ruction is people using flintlock pistols, swords, weaponry, all that kind of stuff. It basically forms a bicameral legislature for the city of Leviathan. where the lower house is this bar fight, fist fight. The row has been going on for 150 years. The Ruction sort of is partially in session from time to time when the fight gets rowdy enough that people can actually like climb up and get the weaponry and stuff aboard that other fight. You're not allowed to like bring your own weapons into the row, or if you do bring them, you have to hide them and not use them. Again, if you do use them, that's fine. Everyone will just gang up on you and kill you, right? So the way it works politically is you've got to have enough people at your back to go into this fight, to start winning it, to get enough ground, to climb up into the Ruction, which means you start taking over that second level. And basically, if you can hold the row and the Ruction for long enough, you can make political decisions for the city. Cool.
Wow.
Cool. Can I use magic in the Ruction?
Yeah, absolutely.
But you have to go through the road to get to the Ruction?
Theoretically, you could probably like fly over it straight to the Ruction if you. You might be surprised to learn it's pretty rules light here in the row and the Ruction. But you guys walk in, and you see that the row is going on. You guys arrive here just on the heels of Captain James and his crew, who have all gone to get drinks on the other side and are basically preparing to enter the row. As you walk in, you see your boom, bam, bang, bam, bam, fists flying, people fighting. You see across from this massive fist fight, underneath this suspended net with platforms and stuff like that, you see Captain James turn to look at you guys as you enter. Is anyone staying outside with the van or anything else? Everyone's going in?
Unless we need someone to do it, I think I'm probably going
Fabian.
in.
I think I'll.
Can you revivify Fabian to make him not 2 levels of exhausted?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, is there? It's like greater restoration or
Or
something?
greater
Yeah, I have a
restoration.
bunch of stuff. Let's do
What gets rid of exhaustion? Can he?
Yeah, I don't know what gets rid of
I don't know if you'll have anything to get rid of exhaustion right now.
Okay. I think I'd like to. I don't want to wait by the van or anything, but I'd like to be maybe stealthing.
Cool.
Just so I can like be their backup, just kind of hovering around.
Hell
them.
yeah.
1d6.
26, hell yeah. You are a shadow in the corners of the Ruction.
I guess I'm just gonna cast resistance on.
Okay, it's not going to get rid of your exhaustion.
It'll just give him advantage on like, you can add a d4 to your saving throws.
Cool.
You're just your next one, I think. If you can't, right?
You guys approach. You guys see Captain James Wicklaw turn up to you as you guys come in here. You see he puts a hand on his crystal saber. As he does so, he looks up and specifically catches Fabian's eyes. What do you guys do as you approach here?
I want to, just to cover our bases, I'm gonna use counter charm, which is I'm just gonna play a little song that makes us all brave, so that at least for a round we won't get frightened or charmed.
Gotcha. Cool. You start doing your counter charm.
I'm gonna take the sword of the Seacaster and plant it in the ground in front of Fabian and say, "Do whatever you need to do, but here's this if you need it."
Yeah, I pull the eye patch out of his pocket and put it on jauntily.
I pat him on the back and I cast Warding Bond.
Cool. Great.
So there's one side is like
You see,
balancing on stuff, and one side is just fist fighting.
so it's the lower levels of fist fight, and then there's not really anyone in the Ruction right now, which is the sort of net with planks and barrels and stuff up above it. You see across, Captain James actually walks around the fight that's continuing. He has not like entered it with his men yet. But
Oh, sorry.
he comes around, looks at you and says,
Hey there, boyo. Had yourself quite a bit of a run last night, didn't you?
Captain James, you're not going to be king. We're gonna stop you.
Hey Fabian, you got this.
you see, he says,
Gracious.
he looks at you. As he does, he goes,
You're gonna stop me, boyo. Is that right?
I'm not gonna stop you. Me and my crew are gonna stop you.
Not made of stern stuff, are you? Needed your friends to come and help you. You know your father was not made of such stern stuff as well. took off and ran. Took that forgiveness they offer and solace, didn't he?
So you have no friends? You didn't have any friends with you last night?
Seems like you got a bunch of friends here.
Seems like a lot of friends here.
I got this
Seem
book
like a
on
friendly
pirate
guy.
friendship, and I've learned a lot about it, and it looks like you got a bunch of
You
friends
want an
here.
orange, pal?
Oh, I am hungry, but not for an orange, girl. I can smell the smarts on you from here.
I'm sorry, was that supposed to be scary?
Oh, it is. I'm gonna eat your brains.
He's gonna eat your brains. It's
This
very...
is my impression of you.
Hey, it can be silly, but it's gonna be real bad when your brains are gone.
Alright.
You know
You
what?
see,
My friend Fabian's gonna eat your brains.
Yeah, we're gonna eat all of us eat your brains.
You see, he.
We're gonna shit
We're gonna
in your
eat
mouth
your
and
brains.
brains.
We're gonna eat your brains as a snack because that's how small they are.
You see, he looks at all of you, and you see that he goes,
Well, son of a coward, and running off like a coward to his friends. Be happy to mince them in front of you. You have no true pirates here.
you guys hear a noise behind you, and you hear you hear a little voice go, "Oh, shut that squid mouth, you dirty pirate piece of shit!" And Cathilda steps out, and he looks, and you see that there's even a noise of like the kind of the row quiet. People are like looking and punching, like looking away to look at Cathilda punch. Cathilda has fully changed. She's wearing 7 League boots, a black dress. She looks like a widow in mourning in like a black dress with like a high white collar and a black tricorn hat.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We've been so rude. This is our friend Cathilda the Black.
You see, James looks at her and says,
Cathilda the Black, eh? Well then, she's still no captain. I hear she's nothing more than a maid.
You see, she goes, "Right you are, James. That's right, I'm a maid. And as such, I can tell you that I've got all the breadcrumbs ready and all the spices and seasonings and a nice lemon wedge for when I turn your fucking face into a plate of calamari. It's going to taste delicious going down. And I'm going to keep you alive to watch it. I'm going to feed it to you because it's not healthy to just be eating brains, James, and I care about your health and your well-being."
I'm gonna kick your ass.
You see Captain James looks over and goes, and I'm going to make a little roll for him. He's shaken by what Cathilda said. You see, he says,
Well then, if it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get. But, you know, I'm not the only enemy that you've made here in this place. I'm not the only enemy that you've made in the wide world beyond. So you'll have to forgive me if I don't fight fair.
Everyone here make a perception check.
19.
21. 17.
10.
Did anyone beat a 20?
21.
You see a scrying sensor like you saw before up in the ruction looking down at you.
Where's Guardy?
A moment afterwards, James says,
A fight then for the soul of the city of Leviathan. And maybe a fight more than just that. But I'll only be fighting on one front. You'll have to be fighting on two.
3 beautiful elves in long flowing robes appear before you. You see them surrounded by motes of silvery white light as they appear in the ruction. One of them has a small will-o-wisp in their ear, and you see that they raise a hand, look directly at Adine and say, "We found the Oracle. We'll be returning with her shortly."
I don't think so.
I'm gonna need everybody here to roll initiative. Gang, that's gonna be all for this week on Dimension 20 Live. Tune in next week for the Row in the Ruction in the pirate city of Leviathan. Captain James Wicklaw and some friends from the elven nation of Thalanel doing a classic Shift to Battle sign off. We have 2 more weeks of shows in December, and then we'll take a little break through the new year, but we'll be back in January. Thanks for watching. Check us out on Dropout, and we'll see you guys next week, 7 p.m. Pacific. Bye-bye.
I want to play now.